Hello and welcome to Devoid. Now normally I don't start these videos on the title screen, but I wanted to do it with this one because it revolves around something called liminal space, which is what it is inspired by. I might define it in a second. But liminal comes from a Latin word that means threshold, and a liminal space is anything that connects kind of two places together. So in the bare bonus terms, a corridor or a hallway is a liminal space because it's leading from one place to another. And obviously that's ripe for using in other ways, because it could be from one kind of reality to another. It could be anything like that. So liminal space is being used as this kind of place that makes you feel like you are in a connection between two things. So I just wanted to clear that up because I think this game is inspired by liminal space. So let's start. The lights flicker on automatically as I approach my door. I surprisingly had a good sleep last night. That doesn't usually happen when I travel, especially after being on a plane for hours. I look behind me at all the boxes stacked around the room. I don't feel like unpacking right now. Yeah, I know that feeling. I already have the essentials out. Maybe I can explore this building more. It'll be good to meet my neighbours. So there's a point and clicker. Oh, there we go. Eesh. Hello. A little shadow pops up in front of me. She's too small to block the hallway. Good morning, I haven't seen you around here before. And you sound like a cat. You must be our new neighbour. Not many new humans live here, you're the first in a long time. Am I the only one here? There are a few others. I meant that we haven't gotten a new human resident in a couple of years. Most of them have been living here since they were born. Why did you choose this place? It's not exactly human-friendly, but you must have known that already. For the peace and simplicity. Interesting choice choosing this place, but you're right that it is peaceful here. There's nothing much going on within these walls, and us shadows are so quiet compared to you humans. What are you doing out here? I was going on my daily walk in these halls. It's my morning ritual before sleeping. Which reminds me, make sure not to run in these halls or they'll loop endlessly. It's a great way to run forever. Good way to get exercise, but don't worry about it. Just stop running and the hallways will turn back to normal. Yeah, don't think about it. You can say it's like a treadmill. If you stop running, you'll fall right off it. How long have you been living here? A few decades at least. I don't remember the exact number. The place hasn't changed much since I got here. The only difference is that less humans live here now than before. It's not a big deal to me. This place isn't very attractive if you're not a shadow. My friend Devoid is more sad about it than me, but I'm pretty sure it just misses its old friends. It was a little nervous that we were getting a new human neighbour. It lives at the end of this hallway. I don't think it's ever left this place. As for me, I like travelling around. Got to make use of all my energy before I become old in several millennia. Yeah, let's out a big yawn. Oops, sorry, I guess I'm getting sleepy. I'll see you later. Don't get lost now. He giggles at his own joke before disappearing into the floor. Laters. At least I think it's joking. Walking down a hallway shouldn't be that hard. I guess I don't have to go out for a run when I can do it here with no one watching. Oh, hello. A big shadow pops in front of me, looking deep in thought. He's blocking the hallway. Hello? The big shadow startles and looks down at me. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Are you okay? I'm okay, I'm just a little worried about our new neighbour. That must be you. I haven't seen a new human face in over a century. We don't get new residents often, so we don't have any guidelines posted or anything. Trial and error usually works, but it's stressful as you can imagine. I had help when I first moved here, so I wanted to extend the favour. What tips do you have? If the lights flicker or turn off, do not move. The area gets surrounded by darkness if you do. Shadows can just slip out easily or relax there. For other beings like yourself, you only need to stay still, then the lights will turn back on. Okay. Anything that emits light wouldn't work. It'll get eaten up by the dark like a black hole. You can hang out in the dark. It's not dangerous, but I personally don't like it. Aren't you a shadow? When did you first move here? 250 years ago. I was still a young shadow then. I almost got lost trying to get to my room. May sound ironic, but I was scared of the dark. When all the lights turned off, I cried for help. A shadow heard me and helped me out. From there, it helped me navigate and live in this building. Its name is Devoid. It knows the buildings best since it built this place along with its other friends. I wish I could have met the other helpers before they died. Devoid always speaks fondly of all his friends. Might be a bit shy. It's more sensitive than light than most shadows are. I think I better get going and let you continue with your day. It's getting late for me. It was nice meeting you. I hope I'll see you around. Later. I wonder what the darkness here feels like. I might have to try it sometime. You sure that's a good idea? Not today. I freeze in place and waited. Yeah, it's bright again. I can move on. I guess if I'd pushed past him and didn't get that, I would have died. I've reached the end of this hallway. This must be where Devoid lives. Oh, he doesn't do well in the light, does he? So I'll lower it down. A large shadow crawls out from inside. Its claw-like hands are lightly scraping the floor. Hello, you're our new neighbour, aren't you? My name is Devoid. You probably already know that from my friends. They both said you might visit. Why don't you come inside? We can chat more in there. It's too spacious. I prefer closed spaces. Alright. The shadow disappeared back inside before I can say anything more. Hey buddy, welcome to my home. I don't keep much furniture, sorry. I can bring another chair for you. No thanks, I want to use my legs. Understandable, the plane ride here must have felt like forever. I nod. No matter where you were, the trip always takes hours. Maybe I shouldn't open his curtains. Why don't you have more furniture? I'm very minimalist. I don't need many things or things at all. This chair was a gift by an old human friend. He was horrified when he saw my home. He thought I'd been robbed. I assured him this is how my home normally is. Yes, you're very, minimalist, as you say. I don't need any objects to lie on. I find comfort in residing in a room or a space with my physical being. He found that interesting and understood, but he wanted to give me a gift anyway. He made this chair for me by himself. Told me that even if I don't use it, he'll be able to whenever he visits me. This must be several centuries old by now. That's sad. I like sitting in it. Makes me feel a part of him is still with me. He used to live where you moved in. That room has been empty ever since he died. Maybe it's time for that place to be filled with life again. Why is the curtain closed? To prevent the sunlight from coming in. It's too bright in the morning. It hurts my body to be hit by any sort of light. Shadows don't normally get affected by light, but I'm very sensitive. Accidentally getting exposed is a terrible surprise. It's already happened before, so don't open the curtain, is what the vibe I'm getting. A group of unknowing humans lit up fireworks several centuries ago for a celebration. That was not fun. I feel like time may be a bit elongated here, surely fireworks happen every year. They ended the fireworks display as fast as they could, but it already dealt its damage to me. My body hurt for weeks. My recovery wasn't so bad though, because the humans and my friends help. After everything, we still ended up as friends, and they all ended up staying to live here. They and us shadows formed a big family. As time went by, they all got older, and a few had children. Most of their children moved out, but there were a few who stayed here. As much as I wish that time wouldn't take my old friends, they all eventually passed away. Shadows lived for millennia. But the shadows I had met were already several thousand years old, and human lifespans are so short. I thought that we had all the time in the world. It is what it is. I cherish the time that we've had, and I'll continue to enjoy the time I have left. We continued chatting. At some point, we started talking about myself and the intricacies of living here. It was easy to lose track of the time. Must be nearing night time by now. I don't keep a clock in here, sorry. I can tell when there is light outside, so I have no need for one. It should be dark by now. Try opening the window. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but I always find the night more beautiful than the day. It's wonderful the way that the darkness covers the area and all becomes peaceful and quiet. As I look over at the small city, I accidentally let out a yawn. Don't let me keep you any longer, you must be sleepy. I'm quite sleepy too. My sleeping schedule has always been all over the place. Does Shadows need sleep? I'll be off to bed now. If you need any help with anything, don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be happy to help. This guy seems like a solid guy. He waves goodbye at me before disappearing back into the walls. I gaze over the city once more before making my leave. New place, new friends. This place is already starting to feel like home. You've reached a true ending. Thank you for playing. Well, that was bloody quick. I think that's one of the first times I've actually got a good ending in some of these games. So I'm assuming the bad ending would have been to push past the big lad. And then you obviously wouldn't have known to stay still when it got dark, so you would have been swallowed up by the darkness. Then, of course, we could have opened the curtains in Devoid's place when it was light, I assume. Which would have probably pissed him off. We also probably could have pushed past the little guy, and we would have been running endlessly in the hallway until, we died. But there are apparently a shit ton of endings for this game. There's about 10 of them, I think. So God knows how you get the rest of them. Maybe you can just not leave your room or something. There might be another one as well if you turn the light on in the hallway outside Devoid's room and piss him off that way. There's possibilities. Yank the chair out of under it. Either way, I'll put a link down in the description to Devoid below, and maybe you can have a play around and see if you get any worse endings. But either way, thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, please do check out my other videos. If you do, I shall see you there. Goodbye.